23. Association of Real Estate Stakeholders, restoring confidence in investment. Good news, good news. Association of Real Estate Stakeholders, neo ReSa, riu nirehete kihonia thiini wa thogora ya miguda ni undu wa kugita turia nime. Na riu nimarugoretie mutambo wa website niguo www.realtorsolutions.org na no utume short code kuri 23878 wandike kambuni iria urenda kumenya kana iri thiini wa association. Macerere Royal Spa Mall, second floor, S37, thimũ nĩ 0742232323. Association of Real Estate Stakeholders, restoring confidence in investment. Good news, good news. Association of Real Estate Stakeholders, neo ReSa, riu nirehete kihonia thiini wa thogora ya miguda ni undu wa kugita turia nime. Na riu nimarugoretie mutambo wa website niguo www.realtorsolutions.org na no utume short code kuri 23878 wandike kambuni iria urenda kumenya kana iri thiini wa association. Macerere Royal Spa Mall, second floor, S37, thimũ nĩ 0742232323. Association of Real Estate Stakeholders, restoring confidence in investment. Good news, good news. Association of Real Estate Stakeholders, neo ReSa, riu nirehete kihonia thiini wa thogora ya miguda ni undu wa kugita turia nime. Na riu nimarugoretie mutambo wa website niguo www.realtorsolutions.org na no utume short code kuri 23878 wandike kambuni iria urenda kumenya kana iri thiini wa association. Macerere Royal Spa Mall, second floor, S37, thimũ nĩ 0742232323. Association of Real Estate Stakeholders, restoring confidence in investment. Good news, good news. News, good news. Association of Real Estate Stakeholders, neo ReSa, riu nirehete kihonia thiini wa thogora ya miguda ni undu wa kugita turia nime. Na riu nimarugoretie mutambo wa website niguo www.realtorsolutions.org na no utume short code kuri 23878 wandike kambuni iria urenda kumenya kana iri thiini wa association. Macerere Royal Spa Mall, second floor, S37, thimũ nĩ 0742232323. Association of Real Estate Stakeholders, restoring confidence in investment. Good news, good news. Association of Real Estate Stakeholders, neo ReSa, riu nirehete kihonia thiini wa thogora ya miguda ni undu wa kugita turia nime. Na riu nimarugoretie mutambo wa website niguo www.realtorsolutions.org na no utume short code kuri 23878 wandike kambuni iria urenda kumenya kana iri thiini wa association. Macerere Royal Spa Mall, second floor, S37, thimũ nĩ 0742232323. Association of Real Estate Stakeholders, restoring confidence in investment. Good news, good news. Association of Real Estate Stakeholders neo ReSa riu nirehete kihonia thiini wa thogora ya migunda ni undu wa kugita turia nime na riu nimaruguretie mutambo wa website niguo www.realtorsolutions.org na no utume short code kuri 23878 wandike kambuni iria urenda kumenya kana iri thiini wa association macerere Royal Spa Mall second floor S37 thimone 0742 232323. Association of Real Estate Stakeholders, restoring confidence in investment. Good news, good news. Association of Real Estate Stakeholders neo ReSa riu nirehete kihonia thiini wa thogora ya migunda ni undu wa kugita turia nime na riu nimaruguretie mutambo wa website niguo www.realtorsolutions.org na no utume short code kuri 23878 wandike kambuni iria urenda kumenya kana iri thiini wa association macerere Royal Spa Mall second floor S37 thimone 0742 2323. Association of Real Estate Stakeholders, restoring confidence in investment. Good news, good news. Association of Real Estate Stakeholders neo ReSa riu nirehete kihonia thiini wa thogora ya migunda ni undu wa kugita turia nime na riu nimaruguretie mutambo wa website niguo www.realtorsolutions.org na no utume short code kuri 23878 wandike kambuni iria urenda kumenya kana iri thiini wa association macerere Royal Spa Mall second floor S37 thimone 0742 2323. Association of Real Estate Stakeholders, restoring confidence in investment. Good news, good news. Association of Real Estate Stakeholders neo ReSa riu nirehete kihonia thiini wa thogora ya migunda ni undu wa kugita turia nime na riu nimaruguretie mutambo wa website niguo www.realtorsolutions.org na no utume short code kuri 23878 wandike kambuni iria urenda kumenya kana iri thiini wa association macerere Royal Spa Mall second floor S37 thimone 0742 2323. Association of Real Estate Stakeholders, restoring confidence in investment. Good news, good news. Association of Real Estate Stakeholders neo ReSa riu nirehete kihonia thiini wa thogora ya migunda ni undu wa kugita turia nime na riu nimaruguretie mutambo wa website niguo www.realtorsolutions.org na no utume short code kuri 23878 wandike kambuni iria urenda kumenya kana iri thiini wa association macerere Royal Spa Mall second floor S37 thimone 0742 2323.
Kana muhe wa magini kwa mujita kuria mitambo-ini, and today we are coming live from Wida Highway Motel. Today we are going to have a discussion about land, and joining me on stage here, as you can see, we have the stakeholders and members of ReSa. They all have different positions in ReSa. They will let us know as we go by, and I think first we should start by introduction. Tutaanzia pale mwisho tukuje hivi, your name, the position you hold in ReSa, and the company you're here representing.
Yes, my name is Peter Gichoke, Chairman Top Care Arts, and I'm the one who oversees everything in Top Care Arts. Many people know it. Wanasemaga gutinagia such things,
Tinagia na tapawaso.
Na paraso kukatakata mashamba, and I am an elder in the ReSa in the group, so I am happy today to be in the team so that we can continue to enlighten fellow, investors, because you are also investors.
Yeah.
Those who are watching us, you are investors.
Yeah.
Fellow investors in attaining, genuine land. because we are here just for genuine land.
Yeah.
So that's introduction.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, my name is Peter Getau, Managing Director, Olive Limited, and also National Treasurer of ReSa. Karibuni sana as we speak and tackle issues, matters with investments, and how as ReSa we are bringing back or restoring confidence to our investors. Karibuni sana.
My name is Caroline Lontubu, Managing Director, Pet Mall Shelters Limited. I'm also currently elected as the Vice Lady Oversight Committee in ReSa, and today I want to welcome you to this discussion. Let's enlighten each other about real estate and also on how to maintain confidence in real estate sector. Karibuni, karibuni sana.
Wow.
Thank you so much, viewers. My name is Savia Kigadi Kionywe from a company called Hostep Limited. I am also the chairman for the strategy plan in ReSa, a member of the councils of elders, and again, the chairman for the lobbying. We want to take you through the various aspects of land transaction and to enlighten you what you're supposed to do, whether you are in Kenya or diaspora. We are here to help you. Karibuni sana. Thank you so much.
Asante.
Hamjambo viewers, my name is Kamau Adhariki. I'm the CEO of Wawa Realtors and Property Managers. It's a distinct honor and privilege to be among the panelists here under the banner of ReSa, where we are going to discuss and exchange ideas and views and perceptions in regards to this real estate industry. As you know, the real estate industry is a cornerstone of our Kenya's economy. So it's a very serious investment, and we want to encourage you and to invite you to roll it up with us so that we can share a couple of questions and answers. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. Murari, as you can see now, we have the various CEOs of different companies here, and we also have various representatives of ReSa. And of course, tonight I know you have a lot of questions. You would like to get answers. If you're watching us on Facebook, keep the questions coming. If you're watching us on all our digital platforms, please keep the questions coming. And I would like to remind you the short code for confirming if a company is in ReSa. You just SMS the company's name to 23878, na hapo unajua kama kampuni iko ndani ya ReSa, na tulisema hakuna kununua shamba kama kampuni haiko ndani ya ReSa. Also we have a hotline 0742232323. And now we will have to get to the debate of the day. I can see Mr. Kigavi here. Jana tulimuona kwa gate. We will have to discuss that in a few, but first, let us first know what is ReSa, what are the objectives of ReSa, and we start by Mr. Kigavi here. Tell us, what is ReSa, what was the idea behind ReSa?
Well, thank you, viewers and my dear panelists. We want to introduce ReSa, the Association of Real Estate Stakeholders. Is an association that's based in Kenya that has collectively brought about all the real estate agents that we may come together and exchange ideas. In Kikuyu we say, kamuye koya gadili. So the moment we have got policies that are not actually affecting the Kenyans in a negative manner, we can be able to raise our voices. And again, the very, very reason why we came together, because we had some companies that were actually fraudulently giving our clients headaches. And we decided, because we have genuine companies in Kenya, and it is perceived that one company has messed so many companies. Yeah. And we said we shall come together and tell the world that we have got good companies that can start with the client and complete the client and make our client happy. Yeah. The next thing that we want to create an impression, because for many years people have been crying because of being frauded in land deals. But we want to tell the Kenyans to have a lot of confidence with us. Those who are investors from abroad, we call them watu wa majuu. Yeah. they should not fear to invest now in Kenya. By the way, if you compare the rate of transaction around deals since we started now this association, it has risen almost 90%.
Wow.
We have raised a lot of confidence in the people, especially from diaspora, because many were fearing to invest in Kenya just because they have been frauded.
Yeah.
But now, you can even hear the comment. The internet is actually talking robbers, they're talking so big names.
Yes.
And we are here to stay, and actually we are here to tell the Kenyans to feel free to invest in Kenya because we have got a very genuine companies and we are together working together. And those people who are not around with us, those who have not registered as ReSa, we are still having time to invite them.
You're waiting for them.
And soon we are going to close the door. When the door has been closed, then they should not come because we are working at the talk.
Sure.
And that is all about ReSa. We have our chairman, who is Kenywairatu. We have a very good secretariat, and all of us are leaders here. These are top managers in Kenya and abroad. And we are reasoning at people who have got a good mindset for the people of Kenya.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
Karibu sana. And I want Ms. Petmal Shelters to take us through. You have mentioned about the Council of Elders. Tell us what the Council of Elders oversees, its work in ReSa, and how it's making sure that the land buyers are not being defrauded of their money.
Generally, I can say the Council of Elders is the backbone of the organization because they are the people who do the scrutination before the person join the ReSa. In case of any misunderstanding between a company and their clients, they are the people to go to. They are the people who listen. So that is the most important part of this organization, and we respect them because these are people who have been running organization for the last 20 years. Since we have someone like our patron, Optiven, we have Mr. Kegade, we have Olive, and we have people who have experience. They are also the ones who are taking us through what we don't know. People who have not been in the industry long enough, and they are the people who are also mentoring us and also mentoring the people who are getting to real estate. So it's an assurance that when you come to the real estate organization or ReSa, you'll get motivation because there are people you look up to, and you'll also get mentorship. So I encourage everyone who has started a real estate who is not yet in ReSa to come on board and to look forward to meet these elders. We call them elders. Karibuni.
Sure. Wow. I want to come to Mr. Kamau here of Wawa Realtors. Maybe briefly, you can tell us some of the disadvantages of a company not being in ReSa, and maybe Mr. Gitau from Olive will take us through the process of joining ReSa after you answer that question.
All right, thank you very much for that. The disadvantage of a company not being under the Real Estate Stakeholders Association. One, many customers, or most of our customers, since they had been defrauded before, and now ReSa came in with the primary role of restoring back the confidence that had been lost among the buyers. So anytime you go to a customer with an intention of selling land, they will ask you first before they even engage you on anything else. They will not even want to know the size of the land that you are selling or the match that you are selling them at. They would want to know whether you belong to an organization, more so an organization in the name of ReSa. Because in ReSa, it has been able to weed out fraudsters. There are many people who have been in this business, but their sole intention is to defraud people. It is not the intention primarily is not to sell land and to, amplify the number of people who want to become potential homeowners. So that is one big disadvantage of not being in ReSa. And as Surveyor has said, that if you are not in ReSa and you are in this business of land selling, just know that you'll not get clients. They will run. Our patron at some point said that if you go to buy land and you realize that whoever is selling land to you does not belong to ReSa, just run. Run, Murife, run. Just go running. Because that is a con man. Yeah. And again, another thing, in the event that you are conned or you are defrauded, you don't have a shoulder that you can lean on. At ReSa, there is a department that now seeks to answer all questions. In fact, it has solved many cases. Because there are those clients who have been defrauded of land, but when they come to ReSa with such queries, ReSa takes it upon themselves. At least they are now, the weight is shredded off their shoulders. And there is an organization, and there is a department that now seeks, and we have recovered. A lot of land has been recovered, and of course, those people who are in that dirty business now suspended until they prove themselves that they are in this business, not for the sole purpose of defrauding, but of course increasing the number of home owners and doing legit business.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a very good answer. So kwa hivyo hapa, it's either you're in or you're out.
That's the thing.
To the companies out here. Mr. Gitau, take us through the process. I know there are so many companies who are watching,
yes,
who want to join ReSa. They
yeah,
don't know how. Maybe you should brief them on the process. And also, Mr. The CEO of Top Care, he will take us through some of the things that you look for a person for a company to join ReSa.
Okay, thank you so much. I want to take us through the process of joining ReSa. It is simple, and we have make it simple because we don't want to kill businesses or dreams of people. We care for startups and also for those who have been in business for a long period. One, you are supposed to remit your CR12 to our offices. That is CR12. That is the ones that are the certificate of incorporation, the CR12. And also you must be in business, existing in business for 6 months. This allows us to see that you have been doing genuine business, so that you don't just join us, then we see you start defrauding people by the virtue you have just joined us. We need to have that profile of the history of the business that you have been doing. And we are giving ourselves, at least you can share with us, these are what we call NDAs, non-disclosure agreements, that we can't disclose to any party, so that we understand you better. You share your profile. The fiscal office, we must also inspect your fiscal office where you are situated. And the photos of the directors. We know companies bear names, but those who really transfer that house or that property are the directors. We also need to have the copies, the photocopies, passport photos of the directors, because they are the ones who really transfer the land to you. The other thing that you are supposed to have is we have a registration fee that is 30,000 and a monthly contribution of 4,000 that get us for operation. Then after that, you are supposed to raise 200,000 for 3 months. You are given a period of 3 months, but the entry point, you just need 30,000, and this 30,000 is non-refundable, because this amount is for appraising you, knowing who are you. When you are doing due diligence, indeed we incur some costs. That is the purpose of that registration fee of 30,000. That's the most important thing. The entry fee, 30,000. So even if you are a small company, don't shy away from joining us, because the rest of the amount will definitely agree on the way you will be paying. And also I want to tell our investors out there, if somebody cannot even raise 30,000, how are you guaranteed that they are going to issue you with a title deed? How are you guaranteed that they are selling property worth 2 million, half a million and above? So that we have really put the bar value, because we don't want to kill any dream of any individual. So those who are fearing that this amount is high, come and we have to talk with you. Our offices are at Spamble. That's where you take the documents, physical documents, and also you can share through our email address, and we'll share the email address. You can share it, soft copy, and also bring the hard copies, because we want to see you physically, wewe ni nani. Asante. Wajileta wenyewe.
Wow.
Karibuni sana.
To the chairman, Top Care.
Yes.
Your question have partly been answered. I don't know if you can add to something about the some of the background checks that you do to a company before it joins ReSa.
Oh, the checks, eh?
Yeah.
Before a company joins ReSa, the Council of Elders must look how the company has been performing, especially in delivery. Because when you come to land buying, what matters most is delivery, and the delivery is title deeds. So I happen also to sit in that elder group of elders. Yes. Hata ukiniona si unaona bado niko na miaka nyingi, siko na miaka kidogo na vile mtu miaka inaendelea, wisdom nayo inakuwa nyingi, si ni kweli? Hata gray hair inasemekana ni baraka katika Biblia, tunaelewana? So lazima tuangalie, tuone hii kampuni imeenda namna gani. As my fellow colleague has said, lazima awe amekaa miezi 6. You cannot just come, you started the company yesterday or 1 month ago, and you convince us that you have done something. Hata title deed inapatiwa na mwezi mmoja, sina kaa, si ndio? So hiyo ni mambo ambayo tunaangalia sana, na wenyewe ni nani, hivyo wamesema lazima tujue who are the who are the leaders of this company, because as the saying goes, kama leader, kuna msemo tunasema, sijui nasema na Kikuyu, yani pero shadwa idogo itikinyagira kei, hiyo ndio msemo inasema hivyo. Yani when someone is reading, he matters a lot. Okay, so
by that old regime, and actually they are the pioneers of devolution, and those MCAs that were sitting by then had no practical idea what they were doing. So what they did, they took a copy and paste from the national of the national constitution, that is Cap 266, and they missed the point. So when you saw me there trying to protest or try to tell the county assembly they should go back to the kitchen and cook nice food for the people of Kiambu, I was really irked because they were supposed to do it last year, and they never did it. Generally, we have got issues in Kiambu because we have got what we call the freehold title deeds and leaseholds, and there's a difference, and a big difference. Because the area that I come from, Kiambu, is agricultural land. And agricultural land is their freehold titles. Once a freehold title deed is talked about, it is not rateable. You can only rate a freehold title deed when it has changed its status now from agriculture to maybe commercial through what we call a change of user. But what the county assemblies or county government of Kiambu have been doing, they have been charging illegal fees, and to earn the salt on the wood, they were backdating from 2016. That is 80 years down the line. You are told to pay what we call RAD rates for the year 2016. You pay the penalties, that is 3% per year. And then you pay what we call now the real RADs for that year. It was not the best thing to do because we have got the governors who came. And the current governor is the one who was trying to change, collecting the revenues from the people that elected them. So mine was not a protest. It was just a reality of the things. And if you go to the Valuation and Rating Act of 2016, Section 45 was given the CEC finance to possess your ad if you have not cleared your rates. So it's a draconian kind of a punitive bill. But again, we had to agree or to disagree, and we went to Kiambu, and before the speaker, we did our petition as ReSa, and we gave them that petition. and you stipulated what is supposed to be done, and you are saying that it should be repealed, not even to be amended. They should repeal those sections and actually exclude all agricultural land rates, and to see to it that our people are not being put in agony. And we are very optimistic that once they start now debating on the same, they shall give the people of Kiambu what they want to be done, and we are very lucky. So mine is not. It was not political. People are saying this was political. Mine was an assurance that we have people, we have voices in ReSa who can raise their voices, especially the people that are on the ground. By the way, there are many women and many old men who had no idea whether their land are supposed to be rated. So we were just raising our concern, the county of the assembly, and actually the governor himself agreed that it was good to look at those two items, and we are very sure they are going to correct those messes.
Wow.
Yeah.
We really hope so.
Thank you so much.
I want to go to Mr. Olive. We saw ReSa there yesterday, and as you can hear from Mr. Kigali here, they are stepping in place to make sure that the people of Kiambu get justice. And I want you to explain, because he has explained about leasehold and freehold. Kwe mundu ikuria Kiambu, layman, utranyita, okay, there is the issue of municipality too.
Yeah.
Can you explain about the municipality now issue, like which lands fall under freehold and leasehold, like kama mtu ako kwa ground anafaa kujua aje?
Thank you so much. There are several categories of title deed, so that people can really understand. And if you have that document called title deeds, there are those that are written lease titles. Yeah? They are the ones who are, the others are, in fact, they have a white card. Those that fall within, they are under lease. So, those titles must be landed. But there are those that are called the obsolete or freehold. Those titles you are not supposed, according to the Kenyan law, constitution, you are not supposed to pay any land rate. And when the government or county government want to maybe to include a certain area, according to the development that have been maybe occurred in a certain area within the municipality, you must have the change of use for you now to start paying for the rates, land rates. Otherwise, any freehold title you are not supposed to pay land rate. Nasema hivi kwa wale ambao wale wale wako chini sana, kwa mama wetu, dada yetu ambao wako chini sana, mashamba ambayo tumerithi kutoka kwa wazazi wetu ambayo hayajaingia katika municipali yoyote, mashamba yale hatustahili kulipia kodi yoyote. Kwa hivyo hata wakati tunaelekwa pale tumewekewa waiver ya kodi hakilipi, huo ni kudanganya. Cha ukweli ama jambo ambalo ni la ukweli ni ya kuwa hatustahili kulipa kodi kwa mashamba ambayo stakabadhi zake zinaitwa freehold or actual title. Kwa hivyo hatustahili. Lakini kuna mashamba mengine tunajua ni mashamba makubwa, lakini yako katika leasehold. Kienda kama county kama Laikipia, it has a different scenario. Kuna mambo ambayo ni tofauti na yale mengine, lakini si mambo mashamba yale ambayo tumelelewa, haya mashamba tunalima hapo viazi, mahindi, atutulipie kodi? Hapana, hatustahili kulipa. Na wakati tuliamka kama ReSa kupitia kwa uongozi wa Mr. Kigali na viongozi na wananchi wa Kiambu wakaamuka ili kutetea haki yao, hakika tunasema hata sasa kama ReSa watu hawastahili kulipa kodi mahali title deed ni freehold. Tunajua haki na ni vizuri kuwaelimisha watu wetu. Usikubali kuja kudanganywa pale na mtu wa county government, unastahili kulipa kodi na shamba lako haliko katika kile kitengo katika kodi. Kwa hivyo asante, ni vema fahamu yangu.
Thank you so much. I want to come to Ms. Petmal Shelters. Do you feel like ReSa is standing in place, like it's hampering the county government work?
Sorry, repeat.
Do you feel like ReSa now, you see that is an initiative of the Kiambu government, which was passed in 2016, and And I have questions why it was not implemented all that time. But do you feel like ReSa is coming katikati ya county ya Kiambu kufanya kazi vile inafaa kufanya?
No, actually, ReSa is supporting Kiambu, and in this case, it is the truth that the freehold title deeds are not supposed to be charged any rates, because a free title deed, for people who don't understand, these are titles that can be passed from generation to generations. These are titles that were given to our grandfathers, unlike the leasehold title deeds, whereby these are they have encumbrances. They can dictate the kind of buildings to be done. They can dictate, the municipal can dictate. But for freehold, these are agricultural, mainly, that are passed from generation to generation. So ReSa is not really coming in between the Kiambu County, or we are supposed to support the government. And we also have people who are even doing affordable housing in ReSa. So it is just standing for the truth. There is no need of selling freehold to an old lady who has gotten all the retirement money to buy that piece of land, and then only to find out that that piece of land you have sold is freehold, and then they are being charged the rates. Mr. Kegathe is standing for the truth, and let us see it that way. It's the truth. We are not coming in between Kiambu County in any way. We want to support the county government and even the national government. That is why we are a body. They are supposed to consult us in matters pertaining land, and in future, I know before any law passes in matters pertaining land, we'll be sitting in one table and negotiating with them. So in this case, we support Kiambu government, and we are not in any way coming in between.
Wow. Yeah. Mr. Kigathi, I understand that you're privy to some of the land issues in Kiambu County. Was there public participation before this bill was passed in 2016?
I really doubt whether there was public participation, and it is a requirement of the law that if you want to change any law or to pass any bill, even you remember that we had what we call, we were going around when it was the political, when there was politics in Kenya, and we wanted to change the katiba. Watu walizunguka huku wakauliza maswali na wakasema mambo yao. So we had not done any public participation. Even last year, we never did it. That's why we are a bit aggrieved. And as on Tubu say, we are not coming in between the county government and ReSa, but we are also making them to realize that what they are doing is not actually within the law. And they have come to agree with us. In fact, we had a very healthy conversation with the Speaker of the County Assembly, and the members. They have the committee, the chairman for the physical planning and land, and other because they are part of us. They are not from the moon; they are from Kiambu. So what is itching us is also itching them, and they did agree that that bill was punitive because it was not theirs, and that's why they want to change it. Otherwise, if they can follow the due process and come and let the stakeholders participate, I do agree that there are areas that are rateable, whether they are freehold, that are falling within the municipality. And they should give us what we call the valuation law. The valuation law is a document that is legal, that gives actually where there are, which areas should be rated. And what we advise them to do, if they want to collect good revenue, let them come with what we call a special plan. When they come with a special plan, it is going to actually tell us where, and they do what we call the zoning. Where is urban areas? Where is the peri-urban areas? Where is the other areas? But for example, if you can take Rwaka. Rwaka is a commercial area for the businesses. So I want to believe that every building has changed a use from now agriculture to a commercial or whatever. Then compare it with a place called Kiadutu or a place called Nachu Dacha. That is basically an agricultural area, and it's not even rateable. you know what we call the valuation. You should evaluate what is the product, the produce coming from that land, whether whatever they are producing, can it actually meet what they are demanding from that land? If you tell me to give the county assembly, the county government of Kiambu, 50,000, and the produce of that plot is only 10,000, then we can say it's not viable, and it's not agreeable. So we are trying to help them as they help us to get their revenue, because we want revenues, basically because our infrastructure comes from what we give the county government of Kiambu. Our ECDs need our revenues. Mambo ya matana, mabarabara, kila kitu ni revenue. But let them not trying to impose rates where they are not reputable. And we agree with them completely.
So, because we are here as ReSa, I need you to assure the residents of Kiambu one thing, that ReSa is going to do this. ReSa is going to make sure that this will not happen to them. What can you assure the residents of Kiambu tonight?
Actually, the residents of Kiambu, we have already built a lot of trust in ReSa, because we become their voices. Where they are not around us and not aware of what is happening, we normally let them know what is happening. And as we stand, 90% of Kiambuyans, they are studying with ReSa, because they have come to ReSa. We have an association that is standing for them. The members of the county assembly have got their three roles to stand for. The first one is to represent the people that gave them the mandate to become the members of the assembly. And we want to remind them that they have gone there to represent the voices of many. Because we cannot be able to enter in that assembly, we have chosen one or two people to go and become our voices. And all because now we are the real stakeholders in matters land. We keep on advising them, and we keep on talking to them. When they don't have any idea, we give them idea. And then we try to develop our country, because even in Kiambu, we want to develop Kiambu. But we cannot develop with a punitive finance bill that was not even meant for us. It was copy-pasted from the national government to destroy the people of Kiambu. But we are very happy anyway. The way they received us and the way we talk with them, there is hope. And there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Wow.
Thank you.
The residents of Kiambu who are watching, they now have a reason to smile. Now, I want us to switch gears. There is this bill. Is it Gitari bill? Inajua imeleta tumbo joto. I want you to give me honest opinion, starting from here. Let everyone discuss about this bill, because now it's been proposed, and maybe it will pass. We don't know, but I need your honest opinion about this bill. And one of the things we have to note is that when I propose kukuena, for a company to start, you have to have 500,000, right? 500 million, right? That is half a billion. I need you to give me an honest opinion and how you as ReSa, ama the stakeholders of ReSa, are feeling about this bill, starting from here.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, in regards to the Gitari bill, the proposal for every company to deposit a certain amount of money is quite retrogressive, because how many people will afford? Not unless they want to kill that industry, and maybe they have other intentions, but it's quite punitive. But besides the 500 million that they are asking for, there are also other areas that really need to be looked at. For example, the National Lands Commission had a meeting with the committee, the Gitaris committee. And one of the things that they raised is that under the new constitution, the NLC was established as a commission so that it can look into matters land. And of course, be the mediator between issues that occur, the historical injustices. But now, when the Gitari-led committee comes up with punitive measures and draconian laws, it has even gone beyond the commission that was established so that it could look into those matters. However, there was no public participation, so it is equally against the constitution. because everything that you propose has to first go to the public so that they approve. And as ReSa, actually that's why this association was formed. We actually wish to tell the government that we are not here to compete. We are actually here to complement one another. They should have had called us at the table and asked us a couple of questions, because we also have our voice. There is what we can tell them. Because the whole idea why ReSa was formed was to bring back sanity and remove all rogue people from the industry. And if the 500 million is being brought so that many people will not be able to meet the threshold, then that is not going to help.
But are you guys making this much money? How did they arrive to the 500 million?
I don't know, because who makes 500 million? How many? You know, in as much as we say that the real estate industry is more or less the backbone of this economy, there's not that much money. And I'm sure they have the investigative departments, they have all the framework to know how much people in the real estate are making. So I would encourage even the members of parliament, before they even go to pass the bill, they should think of the many business people who are in the lands industry and withdraw that bill altogether.
Thank you.
Yes.
Mr. Kigali, sorry.
Thank you. I actually agree with what my friend what he is saying. The issue of NLC being clipped their wings, and they have been given the mandate by the Constitution 2012 to manage all the public land on behalf of the county government and national government. I see a sensitive motive with the government anyway, basically because if you give the CEC lands power to actually manage the public lands, we might have nobody to take control of our land. Then I see have got a lot of power to see to it that no land will be taken by either by the national government or the county government without the control, because they have got their own guidelines. Now, the bill of 2023 that have been raised has raised concern of the CEC land to taking control of the public land. It is neither here nor there. We don't know actually whether it will be actualized, but we are hoping so that they are going to engage in their conversation and try to protect the land that belongs to the public, the land that is being used by the public, so that it is going to be able to safeguard the interest of our constitution. The Getali bill has got a lot of questions, basically because I do not agree that we have any company in Kenya that has met a threshold of 500 million. Most of the companies that are selling their properties, they have got maybe a maximum of 10 billion capital. And this money is either from their own or elsewhere. So the issue of now giving us a kind of a punishment to register a company with 500 million, that one is not viable. No one, it is unreasonable, it is an handoff, and actually it can never actually be realized in Kenya.
Do you feel like it's political?
I do not want to say it's political, because it's a politician that came without bill. But I also believe that something heinous is behind it. But we can actually have a chat with Mr. Getali. If the purpose was try to curb the fraudulent companies, we have got good measures to be taken, and we have got solutions to be taken. One, that it will not stop a bad company becoming a bad company just because you have raised the amount of registration. No, a bad company will continue to become a bad company because they have made in their mind they're going to grab their morals. I want us to look at how many companies have been good. We just have some few companies that are really trying to portray as if all of us are rotten. We have got very good companies, very genuine companies. I've never had any instance in as a CEO of Hostel that have any been found guilty of corrupting any other person. So the first thing we should do, let us try to digitize all the title deeds. By a click of a button, you can be able to know whether that title deed is double registered. Set a system where we cannot not have that double registration of our title deeds. Secondly, last year, I think it was in June or so, 2021, when we had our former president and our former CEC, Farida Caroline, and they had came up with what we call the ReSa platform, that we want to digitize all the title deeds in Kenya. They did it in Nairobi. They were heading to Mombasa. They were also doing it in Kiambu, and it was a good initiative. Can the parliament try to endorse that issue so that we may have all registries being digitized? Yeah, with a click of a button, you can be able to know, even when you are in Boston. You don't have to send somebody physically to the registry. You can be able to know this is a legit title deed from a host holding company, and the owners are there. Number two, we have got what we call the general boundaries, because we have come to realize that you can be, somebody can sell your property here, and then you'll be taken somewhere else without even your knowledge. We can be able now to have what we call the georeferencing. We connect all the title deeds, all the maps. We do what we call the fixed boundaries, that you can now be able to go with a coordinates, a simple coordinates. It will take you exactly with a high precision. This is the exact place that I'm going to buy that property. So there are two things that I want to tell Mr. Gitari: digitize all the title deeds, and then bring on board all the fixed boundaries from the general boundaries. You can be able now to curb all the menace of fraudsters in real estate sectors. There will be sanity, nothing else. No, but now you cannot just tell us that we digitize, we give you the 500. In fact, we are talking about billions, half a billion. No one in Kenya, even my company, if I see half a billion, I can run away with it.
You know,
and nobody turn to Kenya.
I feel, though I don't think I'm supposed to comment,
Yeah.
a rogue company will always be a rogue company. Atakuja pay your 500 million and still continue defrauding people.
Even those people who steal from the bank, they steal 5 million, and tomorrow you find them stealing more. So any other person who is not good will continue to be bad, as long as he is born bad. Even if you give somebody 50 million, any wrong person will continue to be wrong.
Yeah.
So that's not solve the solution that the problem that we have in Kenya.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Director.
Thank you. The question was how I feel.
Yeah, how you feel about the guitar bill in your opinion, and maybe you add on to what they have already told us.
First, I would like to say that it is called the guitar bill because it is his. That means it is a selfish bill. No one wants to be associated with it. And I don't know why he thought that extreme. Maybe through his experience, he met a rogue realtor or a rogue developer, and so he wanted to punish that person. I'd like to tell him that today he is in power. And I understand that he practices real estate like us. So he may think that he has that 500 million. Tomorrow he will not be in power. So I believe that he will present that bill to people, to our MPs, and they are going to reject it at his arrival, because those are people who are representing us, and they know on the ground money is not the solution. In land, I can tell you 500 million is not the solution. The solution is digitalize the title the way Mr. Kegade has said, and then put the structures in place. If it is in ReSa, help us to regularize the industry. Come, let us sit down, let us put those measures together, because we all want the good for this country and we want the country to develop. So to me, money is never a solution to anything. There is much more to money. What is this 500 million for? who is keeping this 500 million. There is so much that we don't understand in the bill, and I'll wish to invite him to ReSa to meet our committees, to maybe meet the elders, discuss with them, and then let us come together and build something that is sustainable and build something that will help to drive our country forward.
Wow, thank you.
Thank you. I want to contribute matters with Gitari Bill. Approaching it from two dimensions. One, it is the bill, it is very discriminative. The reason is how many business other than the bank that are required to deposit a certain amount for them to start a business. So that one makes it hard for people to start this business, which is genuine and retrogressive, as my colleague has said. Why do you discriminate certain businesses that they are supposed to raise a certain amount for them to start dealing with a certain industry? We have so many kind of businesses that are also very risky, and people are defrauded their money, but they are not required to deposit a certain amount of money with the government. The other issue is, if we look at the contribution of the real estate companies, in terms, one, they are among the highest, the highest industry in terms of diaspora remittances. Most of the money that is sent by the diasporians, they usually come and invest back. How are they going to invest back? If we allow two people to be the players in the industry, because very few people can raise $500 million in Kenya, and if you leave them to very few players, that means even more fraud will still happen. If somebody is a fraudster, they will still remain a fraudster. That is not the way to do, putting punitive measures or amount of money that many cannot raise. The other thing is, if you are amongst the highest, we attract our diasporans to invest back home. The other thing is, we as an industry, we have employed so many people. We have an average of 3,000 companies. With an average of 15 people, that is 45,000 people. All of these people pay payee. We have other service providers, the surveyors like him, lawyers for doing conveyances. We have so many people, contractors who do road improvement in areas that you are opening up. And we can see the contribution of the real estate. The benefit supersedes even what he wants to kill. So killing an entire industry. Go to the banks. The real estate, that's where most of the land are being charged. There are so many loans that have been extended to people to buy this land. So we are supporting, the industry is supporting so many other players, well, not that that are not within the industry. So you might be targeted. I can look at the benefit vis-a-vis how Gitari Bill is coming to kill the entire industry. I think the advantages supersedes the disadvantages that he looks. Very few companies that have defrauded people. That's my view.
Okay, asante sana. My contribution to how my colleagues have contributed is that when there is a problem, the problem, one can look from this side and the other one looks from this side. When one looks from this side, he has a different view. When he looks from this side, he has a different view. So the person on this side says I'm right. The other person on this says I'm right. The solution can be brought about by those people trying to see, how do you see this problem? And the other person says, how do you see this problem? And what I can say something that why ReSa was formed is, to control large frauds. That's the basis. of ReSa. So if the government feels that still there's fraud in the land, they should come together with ReSa, because ReSa was formed so that people will not be losing money, hard-earned money. You know, people have borrowed money from banks, others have sold properties. The main reason of ReSa was to rescue those who could have fallen into bad hearts. So I see the government, and also they have the same agenda, but it should be harmonized in a way that it helps, but not as a punitive, as a punishment. It should be brought about in a very harmony way. My friend here have said that, land have been put as collateral in banks. And that's the truth. Almost every land is a collateral. You see? So, it will touch even the banks, it will touch ordinary people, it will touch all those areas. So, ReSa have got, a solution to that. And also, the government says it have a solution to that. For me, on my opinion, is that we are not fully opposed in the government to streamline the land business, but it can be streamlined, as they said, with digital, records, all that, you see, such that even they should have pictures of someone who, your title, if you go to the lands registry, is your picture there, isn't it? Digitalizing. Sorry for my pronouncement. Unajua tu kuzaliwa na hii Kizungu sana. So for me, my contribution is the government have its own argument, and the ReSa or someone else have his opinion. So all these people should be brought together, and they view this thing, and they will come up with a very solid solution to the land business. Yes, that's my. I don't despise the government. I don't despise anyone who have their contribution to this.
All right.
Yes.
I want to come to Mr. Kigavi here. Let's say, for instance, the government reject the bill, ama ikifika huko it gets amended, like they look into some of the punitive measures. Will you support it? Will you still stand your ground?
One of the lecturer, when I was doing what you call political science, told me one thing, that in democracy, even those people who won doesn't mean they are right. They can be wrong. Democrats does not say that if you have your way, you are right. If the MP will be coerced by anyone in the government maybe for the self-interest, and maybe they pass this punitive bill, they have a case to answer with the Kenyans people. As they say, the real estate contribute almost 3.6% GDP. We are the most people that pays most of the levies. The national government gets the stamp duty fee from the real estate, the 2% and the 4% in the municipality. The capital gain that came from 5%, now 15%, also come from the real estate. We are the only one who have created jobs for the youth, the graduates who came from the university just the other day. We create jobs even to the social media platforms. You people. Yeah. Without us, you cannot be where we are. We give adverts to all media stations. We are good. We are gin in a bottle.
Maybe that is the reason they are saying 500 million.
So doesn't actually translate that we have got money. We are earning from hand to mouth.
Yeah.
And the reason that we have been blessed enough. But actually, the 500 you are talking about, no one can be able to realize it.
Yeah.
If you tell me the much maybe I have in my bank, you can be shocked. Because we are just trying to create platform for the people and creating job for young men. So killing the industry, you are killing your own people. And actually, I don't want to go to politics. But you can see the people from the mountain are the one who are eating themselves. They are egocentric. They want to expose us dangerously and tell us to go back to where we came from. So what we are saying in short, that let us look for any other way to curb the menace of these fraudsters. And there are issues to do with the DCI. They can put penalties for any company that will be rogue you. Maybe they will be registered. Let us talk with ReSa. Let us have an open dialogue on the table. Let us discuss about policies that are going to be taken when we have any rogue company. And we are actually helping them. And we said it the other day, and I keep on quoting the scriptures because I'm also a preacher, that at one particular time when Jesus was, when the disciples came to Jesus, and they saw other people that were preaching in the name of Christ and casting demons out of the name of Christ. And the disciples were telling Jesus, we have seen some people that are there, and they are casting demons in your names. And Jesus told them, leave them. As long as they are doing the job that I'm doing, we are the same. So even ReSa is doing the same thing that the government is doing. We are trying to regulate ourselves. And it is also easy when we have elders that are known. People have got big names like Octavian. People have got big names, the senior councils. They are with us. And they have never at any particular time stood on a court of law just because of malpractices. We have got genuine companies that are really want to help the government. If we realize that there is a company within us that is actually causing mayhem and becoming a sort of stealing from our clients, we call them and we tell them, stop what we are doing, be born again, listen like a person. And actually we have already baptized so many of them. And even those who have not managed to be part of us, they are on their way coming.
Come and be baptized.
Be baptized, yeah. So we are telling the government, like, give us a space as ReSa. We are going to showcase how powerful we are, and we are going to work with them. The Getari bill, let us sit down before you take it to the parliament. Let us listen as people. We also want to feed our family kindly. We want to create jobs. We want to pay revenues and our levies to the government. And we are people who are genuine. And above all, we are Christian. We are born again. So give us a space and we work with you. Thank you so much.
Mr. Kamau.
Yes.
You know, when we say ReSa,
Yes.
we know we say there is the Council of Elders, there is the scrutinizing, there is the everything. But I feel with the government, there will be a bill, there will be a law that if a company is rogue, if a company defrauds people, there is this law that we will use to prosecute this company. But in ReSa, it's otherwise. We just say there is the Council of Elders, there is how you do it your way. Do you feel like if there was a bill, if there was a law in this country, it would be better than now with ReSa, which is using the Council of Elders and the other mitigation means?
Remember what we said from the onset, that even ReSa and the government, we are not competing. So in any case, even if the government had a way of flashing out those fraudsters, that does not limit ReSa as well to have its own disciplinary committee.
Yeah.
Because even as for the government, they have their own internal mechanisms as to how they penalize those people who are fraud. We've had cases of people who have been taken to court. That in itself demonstrates that the government has a way of dealing with the fraudsters. It's forget about the bill and everything. There should be a way. Because a fraudster, a criminal is a criminal. Whether he's in the lands business, whether he's in the food industry doing corrupt deals, those are criminals. But having said that, ReSa as an association has invested so much in ensuring that, as we said in the beginning, that sanity is brought back. And it's going to, it's a two-way traffic. It's sanity even to the investors and sanity to the developers, those ones who are buying. So it's a win-win situation. And I want to commend the team which is there, because not that we have not had rogue people within us, but they've been sat down, told this is not good, because if now the word spreads out that a member of ReSa has defrauded people, it's going to affect everyone else. It's like in a sack of potato. One rotten potato will mess an entire sack. So I want to commend the team, the Council of Elders, for what they've been doing. Even some of us who are greenhorns, we joined recently, and they've taken us through, and we are picking it, because you know, as greenhorns, you are bound to make mistakes. There are certain things you don't know how to find your way in, but with the advice of the Council of Elders, and as we had there, there are elders, not just elders by name. There are elders, even there are people who have been there.
Who have been in this business for the longest time.
Yes.
Wow. I want to come to now the compulsory accusation of land. I don't know who will take us through that, Mr. Kigali. At what circumstances does the government acquire public land in compulsory way?
Yeah, there's a rule of how the public land can be transferred to a private land. We have stated it compulsory. Then there's what we call the transfer. Of course, there are some rules that governs how it is supposed to be done. And that is how you see the government trying to take the public land and to make it to be private. They must follow under the rule, and the rule is very clear about it. And when we talk about the NLC, was the one put in charge to oversee any sort of transaction from the private to the public, from the public to the private. It follows under category of that rule. So it is possible. It is possible for transfer of land, and we are hoping that this kind of war between the NOC and the government is coming to an end. Yeah.
You know, I'm asking that question because recently we have seen the upcoming of the what are they called? These housing projects za gava. Tumekuwa tukiona land inachukuliwa tu. How are you standing in place as ReSa now to protect these people?
Yeah, ReSa is not fighting the affordable housing. We are for it. Now it is an issue about the government, how they are going to transact their business, because the government is the government. The NLC is the NLC is part of the government. The government is part of the NLC. We are not worried about the affordable housing, because in as much as we are talking about being in this association, you can imagine that 60% of Kenyans don't own land, don't own houses. Nairobi is already congested. So we need those affordable housing. How affordable they are, it's not about us, it's about the government. How they are going to acquire the land is not ours. Ours is also to help them to settle landless people. And I don't think the government can be able to make it by their own. They are talking about building, is it 200 houses in one year? They're not even enough. We have tried it on our head. By the way, if we can be able to engage the government, and they also give us a chance, because they have got the experience of how it is being done. They can even ask, because they have been undergoing through the tunnels of water. Sometimes we commit our money to such areas na zitakunywa maji. So iron sharpen iron. If they can be able to have us in one table, and we try to see whether we can be able to also to help them in terms of those policies, it is viable. It is viable. But now the issue of now the transition from the public to the private, let us leave it to the rule.
We leave it to the government.
Yeah.
There is no way ReSa will protect, let's say, the vulnerable. Kuna watu wanatolewa forcibly.
No, ReSa is not lobbying for that. We say that we are not going to come into the government. We are fully supporting what the government is saying. What they are doing, because we know they are landless people people have been waiting for many years to have their own houses. Now when you have the affordable housing, and especially in Kikuyu, we are eagerly waiting for those affordable houses. And we are not at any particular time fighting the government. We are really encouraging the government to create space for the people and to help those people who need those houses. And I'll be among them, maybe who also be among the top contenders of those houses. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Wow, thank you. Mr. Gitau, recently there is the fluctuation of the Kenyan shillings against the dollar. We understand that so many investors in real estate are in diaspora. Quite a number, quite a portion of the money comes from diaspora. How is it affecting the real estate?
This is a two-edged sword, if I can say. To Kenyans, the depreciation of the shillings, that means it erodes the purchasing power of our clients. So, because if you go to a supermarket and you buy things there, you can see most of them are from outside. That means the prices have changed. They are a bit higher. So if I was spending a monthly budget of maybe 10,000, now because of depreciation of shilling, maybe I'll spend 20,000 because it has with I think 40% depreciation. There's a lot. That's a big margin. So for Kenyans, in fact, they have been affected. And right now, even our business have been affected. So we see very few Kenyans who are really buying to our projects. But the diasporians, this is a high time, I can tell them, for them to come and buy, because at least because for them, they are being paid in dollars or in foreign currency. So, and since the shilling is really at its lowest, they are able, with a few dollars, they can acquire properties. So it's a two-edged sword. So from those who are outside Kenya, they can really acquire properties cheaply right now because the shilling is weak. But we are hoping that the shilling will stabilize. It has the advantages anyway. Depreciation of a shilling, it has disadvantages, because if you go to the other industries like hospitality, already hotels are booked fully right now. The reason it is because it's cheap to come to Kenya. So it affects right now. Initially, we were at the top in terms of diaspora remittances. Right now, the hospitality industries is high because the shilling is low. So many people are visiting Kenya because of that aspect.
So
it's a two-way
thing.
Yes.
Wow.
Thank you
for the answer. And right now, I think we have like 8 minutes. I don't know if I will post more questions, or these questions we will keep them for next time. I think I should give each panelist 1 minute and 30 seconds to give us a parting shot. Twende tukimaliza because of time.
We start from here, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. We have discussed many things, and we have come up with ideas from, even affordable housing, all that. Is because we want the best for the country, we want the best for everyone. My parting shot is that we as ReSa, our main purpose is to remove fraud from this industry. That is our aim, our main purpose. We are not here for political or gains or political mileage or anything. We are just here. First of all, it's also good to know that we are here first of all to protect people who might lose their hard-earned cash when purchasing land. That's the main thing. And and since I've been told that it's 1 minute, I take this chance to say hi to our colleagues. We have our CEO, Mr. Masharia, and our MD, Mr. Karoli. I take this opportunity to greet you and wish you well. I also take this opportunity to greet our staff. I know some are watching us, and I take also this opportunity to wish everyone, any customer who have interacted with the Top Care ads, because I know that he knows how our services are. And I thank you also, the viewers who are viewing us now, because of your time, taking this time to view us. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
My parting shot to those members who are in the industry and they have not joined ReSa, this is the highest opportunity for you to come and join us so that we can fight and bring confidence, restore confidence to our valued investors. And as the MD of Olive Limited, I would like those who want to buy properties specifically along Ngong area, kindly you can inbox me or you can go to our website olivelimited.co.com and then you can find us there, and God bless you.
Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have learned something. And for those ones who have not yet invested, this is the right time to invest. This association will make sure that your investment has come to fruition. And so stop worrying and invest. For my clients from Petmol Shelters Limited, we are here, we are in ReSa, and we'll continue giving you good investment. Go to our page and follow us. Thank you so much and have a good evening.
I love the strictness of time.
Thank you so much. This is your Surveyor Kigadi Kionywe, Ostep Holdings Limited. We want to thank you, our dear viewers and our followers for ReSa. We have been with you now 1.5 years, and actually you can have a testimony of what you have been doing. We have lessened the burdens of so many people from diaspora, those who have been calling us that they have been having diabetes and even having what we call pressure, pressure, just because of our count. Now relax, be healed in Jesus' name, and know that we are here for you, and we are going to make sure that what your dreams are actually actualized. We are in Kikuyu. You can go to our website, Ostep Holdings Limited. Facebook account is Ostep Holdings Limited, and just text us, and we shall direct you to your right position. Thank you so much for watching, dear listeners.
You're welcome.
To our viewers, thank you so very much. Even to our moderator, thank you for having us here. It was a pleasure. And as they say that, what sinners say that they don't have any more sins. The sins that they had were paid at the Calvary. Even for people who own freehold land, they are saying, or we are saying, that we don't have any bills to pay. Any bills were paid by Mau in those ages. So as for the government, they should allow us to move on and support us, as we also endear to support them. To my company, it's called Wawa Realtors and Property Managers. We are based in Wangige. We encourage you to invest with us and create a future, because the best time to invest in the land sector is not tomorrow. It is today. It is now. Thank you very much.
Wow. Thank you so much for attending to this panel. I love having this conversation, and I do really hope that for you viewers, if you have more questions, you will get them answered in the next debate, in the next episode of this. My name is Muhewa Maige. You can follow me on all my digital platforms, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and thank you so much for watching. Alafu ni vizuri mkae mkituletea maswali, ndio tukianzia the next debate we will answer to all your questions. Also remember, ukitaka kuangalia kama kampuni iko ndani ya association, you just take the company's name, unatuma kwa 23878. Ni rahisi sana. You just send the name of the company to 23878. Also there is a hotline 0742 232 323. Na tukurekeria hau muthenya wa umuthi. Until the next time, we love you so much. Have a blessed night. Good night.
Good news! Good news! Association of Real Estate Stakeholders neo ReSa riu nirehete kihonia thiini wa thogora ya migunda ni undu wa kugita turia nime na riu nimaruguretie mutambo wa website niguo www.realtorsolutions.org na no utume short code kuri 23878 wandike kambuni iria urenda kumenya kana iri thiini wa association. Macerere Royal Spa Mall, second floor, S37, thimone 0742232323. Association of Real Estate Stakeholders, restoring confidence in investment.